What's up, guys? It's me, Anthony. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the episode 8 and 9 of the bullet journal breakdown series. So today I decided to combine the episodes and we're going to be doing monthly extras and migration. So the first monthly extra, I guess you can say, is a brain dump. And if you guys are confused what I call a monthly extra, it's kind of like one of those pages where it's not necessary in a bullet journal, but it's really nice to have. So this is a brain dump. There's many different ways to this. Like you make it 2 page, 1 page, 3 pages, no matter how many pages you need. You can leave it nice and open, or you can do what I did here and split it into different categories. I have personal, business, and other. These are some simple categories that I think can work with anybody. Obviously, if you're not in the business, you can change it to school or whatever the categories that you need. It's just pretty simple, so you can have a space to write down any bleeding thoughts or like how do I describe it, any kind of things that need to be put into like a space that doesn't have a space in your regular spread. So like maybe this like could be a weekly thing as well. You can put this as a note section in your weekly log, but I tend to like this have at the beginning of the month, so I can just have any space to write down any like fleeting thoughts that I have to write down, or notes about a meeting or whatever it is. There's just one spot that you can come back to that has everything that just couldn't fit on a regular spread, if that makes sense. And I think having it split by categories helps it a lot, because you can, instead of having to like search for something, you can search for it in each category, and it makes it a little bit more organized and easier to come up with ideas. So as you can see here, it just helps with categorizing your thoughts. And so for personal, you can add like grocery list of things you need to buy, meetings, for business and stuff like that, and others just for any other kind of thoughts that don't really belong in personal business. You can have 3, 4, 5, however many categories you need. So moving on to this next one, this next category is a gratitude log. This gratitude log is really one of my favorite styles to do. Is where you just have a big open box and you just letter in whatever you're grateful for. It's really fun. You can really practice your lettering skills like this. If you're really wanting to practice lettering or practice some type of hand lettering, it really helps because you have to letter whatever you're grateful for. So therefore you start to get more practice and more comfortable with your lettering style, which I think is a great way to get gratitude journaling, start bullet journaling, and practice your lettering style. So moving on to this third one, I call this a doodle a day. This is basically what it sounds like. You draw a doodle every day. Now this can be where you have a prompt, you can have a free form, you can have it where you doodle every day, but each doodle a day combines like with this one big doodle you have at the end of the month. It's pretty simple. This one is really where you can play around with all the layouts. You can really see what works for you, what doesn't. So this is what I did. I decided to do like a calendar style, if that makes sense. So there's 8 spaces across and 4 spaces down. That gives me 32 boxes, and the spacing is 7 spaces wide and 7 spaces down, if I'm not mistaken. So at the top, I'm just writing in my header using a Tomo Funosuke, and I'm just going to go in and number the boxes. And this is a very important thing as well. So say you want to do a doodle a day as your mood tracker, make sure that you number the boxes so you know what day corresponds to what doodle. And then also if you have a prompt, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of days, because of, the prompt has days and you have to fill in the days. So I just fill in the empty box with a gray square. I'm just going to draw in a flower. This is not the prettiest flower in the world, so don't read me in the comments. I know that. So this is one of the last monthly extras I have, which is the assignment tracker. We are going to be doing an entire back to school bullet journal series, but right now I want to give you guys a little preview. This is one of the assignment trackers I used to use before I got the doodle planner, which is where I have calendar, then I have a key for each class, and then I have the assignment tracker on the right side. I'm going to give you guys a big heads up now. Make sure that your key colors are something that kind of isn't too out there. Like say you have a theme, try to keep your key colors as your theme colors, because that will help. This is going to get very busy once you see how it gets filled in. So if you have really bright colors that go along with theme, it's just going to look off and unbalanced, at least in my opinion. So how you fill this spread in is that you have this box on the right side, which gives you space to write down the assignment, when it's due, and then color code for what class it is. This is going to be extra helpful when you're writing into your bullet journal and scheduling out tasks. Now I know another thing is I can sometimes add is a schedule box, like so say that has the assignment been scheduled into like the weekly log or some type of format of me knowing that I'm gonna have to do this assignment. As you can see that once I write in the assignment, then the date, I usually put the color code next to it. Like I said, it can get really busy if the themes don't go with your colors, so I want to kind of make sure that your themes kind of go with the color. So then over on the calendar, you can do this is optional, but you can fill in the color of the class on what day it's due. So this last monthly extra is a quote page, which is pretty simple: be kind to yourself. Migration is the process of moving from one journal to another. We already have 2 episodes about collections and the migration, so I just want to make an official episode about migrating. So this is one of the first things you have to do, which is planning for your migration, which in terms of what did you work, what worked, what didn't work, what do you want to keep, what do you want to change, what do you want to add, and what order of the spreads do you want them to be in that is more efficient for your lifestyle, if that makes sense. So for this, it's pretty simple. You have keep, change, add, and order. So I have another one because I'm planning on migrating soon as well. So I already have a filled in spread. I'll show you guys at the end, but at the bottom I just wrote in a quote that says, "Power is not given, it is taken," by Beyonce. It's been pretty popular on the internet lately. So that's how it looks filled in. You can keep, change, throw away. There's categories are endless, and there's so many different ways to set up a planning spread. It's just how you feel better categorize your thoughts and gets better organization. So moving on to this spread, I guess you can say in air quotes. The first thing for migration, you want to sketch and plan those spreads. So sketch your migration and plan it. Use your reflection spread. Then migrate. Episodes 1 and 2 will help you with your collections, and make sure to refer to that reflection spread while you're migrating. That will help with you in the long run. Now, transferring spreads is pretty simple. Make sure you transfer all your dates and tasks to the proper collection, and make sure that they all are accurate, because that will mess up some things in the future. Now, links in the description box below for resources, and don't be scared to take that initial leap of faith to migrating, and more of my migration videos will be linked in the cards in the description box below as well. And without that, that is it for this migration and monthly extra bullet journal breakdown series episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, learned something from it, and you guys can take a screenshot right now while all the categories on screen. And yeah, here's the final flip through of all those spreads. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and tell me guys what you guys want to see in a bullet journal breakdown series, back to school parts. And that is it from me. I'll see you guys next one. Bye, stationery fam.